Learning with Textwall, Episode 1. This video is aimed at helping learning technologists or teacher trainers to introduce Textwall into the organization. It will show you one approach to using Textwall that will maximize its effectiveness in lectures. When you use Textwall in a lecture, you're basically using a contributing student pedagogy. It's a social constructivist approach that focuses on learner participation and contributions as the means of learning. Your role is to stimulate the right kind of learning conversations during the lecture by asking the right kind of questions. To help us think about what these might be, we'll use Bloom's taxonomy as a guide. The lower order thinking skills, or LOTs, are activated by knowledge and comprehension questions, whereas higher order thinking skills, or HOTs, are activated by application, analysis, synthesis, or evaluation type questions. Here's an example of a lower order thinking question. What are some things you can do with a mobile phone? These are some possible answers that you might receive. Select one of the answers and it will fill the screen. Ask the audience if it's a knowledge or a comprehension answer. Perhaps it's even a higher order answer. There's nothing wrong with asking lower order questions in a lecture. It's useful for feedback for both the teacher and the learners. But if you only ever ask lower order questions, you're wasting the potential of using the learners to support each other's learning in the lecture. Asking higher order questions will open up a whole new world of learning for everyone. So, using Bloom's taxonomy, how do we move up the thinking level? Here's an example of an application question. What are some educational things you can do with a mobile phone? With this question, we should be able to tease out more application-based answers. Being able to take pictures or record video may help in creating an e-portfolio, for instance. At this point, you may want to ask the audience to have a go at writing some lower order questions for their subject and then see if they can move it into a higher order question. Ask them to pose their higher order questions into Textwall for discussion. How do we continue to move up the thinking level? Using the original mobile phone question, ask the audience to design some higher order questions around this topic. Some possible questions are shown. You can use the questions submitted by the audience to prompt further discussion on designing higher order questions. In the final activity, distribute the article on "Should schools use mobile phones to boost learning?" This article discusses the use of mobile phones in schools in a positive light. However, the comments from readers show different perspectives. Ask the audience to split into two groups, with one group posting comments that will defend Paul Haig, the assistant head teacher, against the haters, and another that will persuade him not to go ahead, but without using emotive language. After these activities, ask the audience, what is the impact of asking a hot question when using Textwall? And when learners can see other learners' replies to a hot question, what is the impact on their learning? This can lead to a discussion about the contributing student approach and what they might need to change to accommodate this approach in their lectures. Capture these reflections using Textwall. You can provide the audience with a URL of the lesson's discussions to encourage them to revisit the learning. Thanks for watching. Look out for new episodes of Learning with Textwall.